Thank you. Thank you, Rita. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, do you have a huge dream in your life you really want to achieve? Are you ready to fail on the way? Winston Churchill once said that success is actually a way from one failure to another without loss of enthusiasm in between. Of course, me, you, even Mrs. Toastmaster, we all hate to fail. But sometimes failures are our tickets on a train that goes towards our dream. 6 years ago, I have worked as a part-time college intern at the office of international IT company in Ukraine. At that time, what I really wanted was to become a full-time engineer by the end of my internship. Not because of the salary, not because of the corporate car I was supposed to get, not because of the perks, just because it was my huge dream I worked towards for a long time. One Thursday afternoon, my manager passed through my desk, stopped, all his body shuddered, he's really nervous. And he said, "Andrii, I need you to research how to upgrade our software for Ministry of Defense." I couldn't get a response for 4 weeks. I called an expert in Russia and Europe, and they told that they can't get a response from the headquarters about it for a long time. I know that's difficult, but if you will be able to give me a response urgently, I'll appreciate that a lot. Well, I didn't tell you that this guy was the one who was supposed to decide whether by the end of my internship I become an engineer or not. So I knew that the answer is at the headquarters. There are only two things: I didn't know who to approach and how to make them reply to me. Well, when you work in a huge corporation like I did, you quickly learn two things. First, people rarely answer to your emails. And second, if your job title is college intern part-time, if you get one response out of 5 emails, you're lucky. So I went to the contacts page of the software team at the headquarters. And it had so many different abbreviations I had no clue about, so I decided, in order to just to increase my chances, to pick 2 people from each category. I picked 2 TMEs, 2 PMs, 2 PLMs, 2 VPs, and there was just 1 SVP on the page. I added a sense of urgency to the email, so I have written, "Dear Serge, this project is very important for the development of Ukraine as a country. It is also very important for our international business. Please reply me ASAP." I added little exclamation mark to the email, little red flag, sent. 2 hours after, the detailed instruction of how to upgrade the software was in my mailbox. I was proud. I did something nobody else could. Proud I went home. Proud I woke up next morning. Proud I was standing in the office of my manager a few hours after. The energy in the air was different this day. And I knew that this conversation was supposed to be about my promotion. And this conversation might change my life forever. So my manager smiled at me and said, "Andrii, did you know that you have sent an email to the senior vice president?" Well, probably I hit it too high, but anyway, I did something nobody else could. Then he smiled again and said, "You know, today I got a call from the senior vice president. He was asking if our local office in Ukraine is doing fine." Then I got almost 100 emails from various vice presidents throughout the world. I got a call from the expert from Russia who told I already bought the tickets on the train and I'm on my way to Ukraine, just back me up for a few hours. We have never had as much attention from the headquarters. Then the smile went back from his face and he said, "Andrii, never do this again. If you were a full-time engineer, you'll be in big trouble. So will I." he didn't raise a question about my promotion this day. But he did few months after. He gave me a call and told me, Andrii, you know, in order to be an engineer on my team, to have good technical skills is important. But to be politically correct with our customers or senior management is a way much more important. And I'm not sure what you can do in future after this email. Unfortunately, I can't give you an engineer full-time position on my team. That was the worthiest failure in my career. That was the most unpleasant call I have ever had in my career, and the worthiest email I have ever sent. But because I didn't get a position on that team, because I was a rather good engineer, a services division of my company, when they were expanding their presence in Eastern Europe, they offered me an interview and I got on board. And I got a manager who appreciated me slightly more. Because of my work in this international division, I got necessary experience to enter one of the best business schools in the United States. And because of the acquaintances there, I got to the product management position at the headquarters where I managed very similar software. Now, if anybody in Ukraine needs to answer a question, they call me. And that is the biggest success in my career. Didn't I have this biggest failure in my career, I would never have this biggest success. And whenever you will work towards your huge dream you have, believe me, you'll have numerous failures. But accept them with enthusiasm. Accept them with appreciation. Because sometimes our failures are tickets on a train that goes towards our dreams. Mrs. Toastmaster.